Anyway,
Yeah.
we are going to see this map, and I think Festive Turtle off the spawn.
Sure.
Alright, so that's Mega LG spawn. Pretty standard, and getting the upper YA too. So that means that Captain is going to have... Well, he is going to get himself a rocket launcher and an LG. But, Festive Turtle, just looking to kind of hear him out. Captain is being a little bit sneaky there. Festive Turtle gets a sound cue. And just looking out at this red armor, looking for the damage there. I don't know if that quite nullified the red pickup, but it's going to make the fight a lot more even coming into this first Mega.
I think the damage could have been a little better. I think the pin could have come out there, maybe a direct rocket first stuff, but it was good damage nonetheless. Festive
It's
Turtle,
enough to deter Captain.
yeah. The kind of interesting thing about this is Festive Turtle needs a rail still, so even if Captain delays her long enough to get that mega health, she's still going to push back in like that and get damage onto his red pickup. What? Eats two pretty nasty rails actually, and evens it right
Yeah,
up.
those rails are really, really important from Captain. It's going to mean he actually has, well, an advantage. It's going to be Festive Turtle putting out the better fight here, though.
Nice rail. Not connect with the second one, but ooh, this is crazy ballsy.
Yeah, that's a bit too risky, but
direct
holy
rockets
shit.
always a winning combination, man. With
Captain
anything.
just wasn't expecting that at all, and Festive Turtle got through like the choke point doorway and just hit.
With how tense your voice was getting and mine was about to get, I'm pretty sure no one expected that to actually happen. That rocket came out of nowhere. Very, very lucky to hit that rocket. Now they can't peek around too long here. They need to work their way back around towards this mega health, and I don't know.
This is going to be dangerous.
Well, I mean,
And they're
more for Captain though than Festive.
almost does the same thing that Festive just did back.
Yep. To be fair though, Festive did have enough to survive anything that would have hit her. And she also had positioning going towards the red, which is why I was kind of wondering why Captain was sticking around so long, because the longer he stays there, the easier it is for her to get the red after that. So, I don't know. Hindsight, right? 2020. Oh no!
Oh my god. That is devastating.
Yeah, you gotta smile about that one.
Yeah. Festive needs to get one of these yellows, which is good. Oh. It's an important defensive shot to hit. Again, you know, it's going to stop Captain just being able to, like, bully in. And right now, nothing on the map. Festive really doesn't want to take a rail and lose the 50 armor. So that means Festive just kind of has to chill out a bit, I think.
Oh.
And yeah, it's a really hard one, because right now Captain, like... Well, he's got everything anyway.
Just saw the grenade and jumped on it. Hashtag Zorak. Or
Yeah.
hashtag Festive. Quote Zorak. Lord. And Festive Turtle will drop the first frag. Interesting choice to go back to red there, yeah. Definitely seeing nerves now, as not only did they double back, not really sure where they wanted to go, but they missed their jump to rockets, and that's a huge weapon to have.
Well, yeah, you really need the rockets to be able to be defensive. I mean, the plasma gun, you know, can be effective, but... Well, there's a time on Mega at least.
Yeah. You were talking about Festive earlier hitting a really nice defensive rocket, pushing Captain away from the upper yellow, when it was still 0-0, and while I do agree, the issue for them at that point is still the same issue that they have now, and that's that they do not have weapons to fight. Like, they needed to go get that LG, and they're lucky they didn't get railed this time getting it. They need to get this rocket launcher, and they're lucky not to get railed trying to get this. Like, and they need to get this rail, and whoa!
Yeah, I think it was ambitious to ever try and fight there, even if, like... I mean... I don't know what Captain was doing exactly, but it was just too much of a risk, and now... Like, Festive was getting the guns, you know, we had a bit of armor, and now they have, well, basically what they had before, actually. So I don't know. Maybe I should just, hold on to that one a little bit longer.
Would it be safe to assume though that Captain's move was so out of left field and so random that it was hard for Festive Turtle to read what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
come on.
I mean, sometimes
Nice.
you're just like, you know, like it felt like there was no way that situation was going to go in favor of Captain. But it was always obvious Captain was going to be there for some damage, I think, and you know, pretty good damage.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really kind of feel like that's one of those moves that, or one of those deaths that you take when you're playing against somebody who, by the way, Captain, I know you're not a 1200 elo noob, brand new player, but it's one of those mistakes that a new player makes and catches you off guard and actually turns into a frag for them because you're just like, what are you doing? It looked a lot like that. Like Festive was very uncertain of what they were doing. Excellent rail to bounce them up there, though. Shame they can't follow it up with a second, but they need resources, so. Festive will probably be forced to come get this yellow unless they eat a second rail. They eat a rocket for their trouble, and yeah, just bait it into it, you know?
Yeah, even when Captain, like, at the disadvantage, you know, coming around that corner, he was just in control of that situation, still.
Gonna bide their time. They did hear their opponent up there before, and instead they're gonna opt instead for maybe some cheeky damage in the back. They're gonna opt for a rail trade, which never gonna work out for them in the end.
No. And that's bad weapon selection. They need to have the rocket launcher out from the start there.
They just need to keep backing up. I don't know why they're stopping. Like, I don't know why they're stopping.
Yeah, this is not a fight you can win.
It actually is. Like, ironically, it is.
Captain's backed away. Holy shit, he can't hit. Like, he hit absolutely 0 LG. 3 LG bolts would have been the end of Festive Turtle, and now suddenly Festive Turtle, you know, has something to play with. They're gonna go aggressive here.
It is worth pointing out, you said you don't know a lot about these players at all, and maybe other people don't either, as Festive will use another frag. And off the spawn, looks like it's going to be a 6th death. Whew, nice moves, though. It is worth pointing out to everyone who does not already know, though. Again, Festive Turtle, very much so a player who has improved enormously, and ironically, a player who was just defeated by Rafa in the winner's bracket. What is going on? Czar is someone who actually teaches Festive quite a bit and gives them pointers and stuff, so I think it's showing a lot with how Festive is treating the map, because while Capitan, or El Capitan, he's getting these frags, he is in the lead, obviously, he's kind of making poor choices as to what item to go for. But things are just lining up for him in the end. You know, I think that Festive may be a slightly smarter player, but it's just not. It just doesn't matter at this point. I mean,
yeah,
the damage isn't there.
No, I would tend to agree with that. Like, Captain's done some weird stuff and made it work. The thing I haven't seen Festive Turtle do is, like, you know sometimes you're playing a player that's better than you, and they just go to that one spot that you really don't want them to be, and they just do that thing, you know, that exact thing you don't want them to do. And that's what I haven't seen Festive Turtle do to Captain, you know?
I think nerves played a big part in this one.
Yeah.
Could be talking on my
And
ass, but the
also,
movement
yeah.
at the beginning. No, don't worry. I'm. Oh, there's bait grenade from left field, freaking alley-ooped off the wall. I don't even. That was all the wrong analogy, but that grenade made no sense. They passed that grenade to themselves and then over to their opponent. But yeah, a lot of nerves at the very beginning, like just the movement from Festive, and after they died that first time, they spawned at, where was it? Not directly on shotgun, but up like pretty much right where they just
and
were.
They just weren't sure what they were doing.
Yeah, and they kind of walked around, missed the jump, and you know.
Yeah, and again, and this is where like competition experience comes into play as well. Like, I don't think Festive Turtles has played that many competitions. I've seen them a few times.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair. And I did actually leave the toxicity game beforehand because I knew they had stream anxiety, and it was such a close game when they were about to like. I guess that makes sense actually. That's all the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like
Experience.
Again, I played in a competition yesterday, and a player who I kind of exchanged maps with got seeded higher than me, but they haven't played in a Quake competition before, and so when I played them, I just smashed them because like I don't know, I always play better in competitions, and I think they were a little bit uncertain going into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like competition experience can be a big factor in some games.
Sorry.
And it's the same thing for stream anxiety too. Like, if you're nervous about playing on stream, just get people to stream your games and try your best to chill out while you play. And it'll get easier.
Vigilante versus Capitan is our next matchup.
Oh, these are still best of ones.
Yes. Well, we're down to lower bracket.
Yeah.
Only the lower bracket finals is a best of 3. Let me update the scores here so Vigilante knows time. The upper bracket will. So we have Vigilante versus El Capitan, and Czar will play the winner of that. I gotta say, Vigilante, I'm not sure what kind of route he had to get here, and by all means, he's not a bad player, but just not a player who I would have expected to kind of get this far, even in lower bracket. So that's a kind of cool little upsets that we've seen today. The fact that Mortal 1 got knocked out by Loveless in the upper bracket, like, Loveless, bro, I know you might be watching this, like, send me that demo of you beating Loveless. And if it was on Blood Run, then, like, definitely send me that demo, because I don't know if you know Mortal 1 or not, Phylum. Most North Americans do, and that dude lives on Blood Run.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't. But yeah, he beat Apparition by 1 point from the looks, and Organic. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look too easy.
Nope, you want to message him on Steam. Okay.
That may or may not have been the sound of me dropping my phone. Seems okay.
Phone, huh?
Oh shit, I just got a text from the tax office.
Nice. I like the lingo that you guys use in Australia. It's cute.
The tax office?
Oh yeah. Tell me more about your phone and your tax office, man. Tell me more.
Well, no, I just got a text telling me, just making sure I know that if I move overseas with my student loan and don't pay it off, they're gonna fucking come for me.
Ooh.
That's what it boils down to. I imagine lots of people in Australia are getting those texts today. But no, speaking of Australian lingo, I did say I was going to educate you in this the other day.
Did you?
Because I said a message. I said yeah nah something. I started a message to you with yeah nah, and you got really confused by it.
Oh well.
And this is
okay. All right, go ahead. Finish.
Well, but this is a really, I don't know. Do people not say yeah nah? I think it is kind of an Australianism.
No, it's not that so much. It's just that okay.
It's fucking
See, I have the
stupid.
logs here, which is why this is so funny. Oh wait, do I have the logs? I know I have the logs. Please have the logs.
I definitely have them.
I want these logs. No stream for Duel. Yeah, I forget. Blah blah blah. Swaffling on Thursday. Okay. Was this about the Four Seasons thing?
Oh, I can't even remember.
I think it was, because like if it was, then I don't even care to try to find it right now. Clearly, oh yeah, here you go. Clearly not used to talking about Australians yet. So, oh, I don't think I can redeem myself by trying to read this back on stream. It's just gonna confuse the hell out of everyone. I did just tell Vigilante to come in here, and there he is. You can find it yourself, Phylum. Feel free. I remember it being somewhat
I'm
funny.
scrolling up.
It's just that I have this nagging feeling that it's going to be funny to us and not anyone else.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, it's all good. All good. Still the best of one, right? We're not up to no. Czar's game is best of 3. Oh, that's right. Phylum, can you F1?
Oh shit, yeah.
So stupid.
Oh, it's just like reflex.
Impressive. Vote passed.
Let me go ahead and do this while we wait, because I don't want to lose everybody before I get the chance to thank them.
Yeah, well, we will just be doing maps here. Ooh,
Vote
stocks. Everyone F1.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Vote passed.
Thank you. So, that feeling when you remember when we watched Rafa beat up on
I do remember.
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be quite that bad.
But
and you
it's
know
gonna
what?
be one-sided.
Well, unless Vigilante has seriously improved that much to, and granted, I did say I'm impressed that he made it this far in the lower bracket. I mean, maybe he has improved enough that this isn't going to be as one-sided as I think
Well,
it is.
look, this is the guy that knocked out John Thompson.
Yeah, but he's going up against the guy who played that ridiculous Cole Smith or Zorak war game. Like,
I know, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
But we're talking John Thompson here, okay?
John
I just, you need to get that in
freaking Thompson?
perspective.
Certainly wasn't Ron freaking Bronson.
But anyway, I think Captain is definitely the man to watch, John Thompson or not.
I'm actually going to be on Vigilante just because that's what the game gave me.
Yeah, right,
And
fair
they're going to
enough.
encounter very soon, since it is toxicity. Vigilante actually getting pushed completely off of the railgun here. That
Yeah, and he's hit absolutely
sucks.
0.
He hits one rocket and decides instead of going for LG to go for the rail, which is important on this map, but he's got himself
Yeah,
stuck.
but he's got himself in a little corner here, and
The damage!
it's alright, he could get... He's not going to get a frag, but he could get a nice extra bit of damage off there, and it's going to slow Captain down. It is important to stop your opponent getting too stacked here, but yeah.
I feel like he could have gone
Wasn't
for the
enough to
50
do it,
bubble.
Mega.
Like, I don't know. He tried to do some fancy, like, loop around. He's too early. Just like, was that game where you can peek around corners, Metal, or, Gears of War? These two are just like
yeah.
Gears of Warring around the corners. You're like, ah, rockets, let's go. It's goofy. We'll see if they keep YOLO diving each other, or if this, we're gonna do a bit more
Vigilante doesn't seem
standard.
to have a lot of respect for cover.
Respect for cover.
And just like, yeah, I don't know, he's moving around the map in a really confident way, and you've got to give him points for that, for being ballsy. And it's not going horribly, I mean, he's given up 3 frags, but it's like that's not the reason why, I guess.
Well, it's when you put it in perspective of a very ridiculous toxicity that we all just watched. Hopefully, you all watched. If you didn't, odds will be on YouTube. Captain only has 3 frags to the how many Rafa had at 2 minutes? Like, there's a huge difference in the way that this is playing out, because Vigilante, not only did he not die the first time in a really awkward spot for that first item, but he's hitting damage against Captain. Like, Captain's giving him enough openings to hit damage, and he's kept so low.
Spont thinks he can do better.
Spont wants his 5 minutes of fame. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
I like this more from Vigilante. He goes over, gets the rail, then he just dips out of the area. He's like, I ain't gonna stick around there and try to loop around. He will actually win red if he desires it.
He should get red. And actually, I mean, his leaving red up to go around for damage has also cost him mega, so
yep.
It's not exactly advisable. And like, I mean, it's thinking in the short term, you know.
I said before when we were watching that this is a map that I feel personally is one that you really need to listen to and really need to be aware of where your opponent wants you to go and where your opponent wants to be. And if your opponent has the whole map, guess what? They don't need to move. So like you need to be very aware of like
to wait for you.
Yeah, you need to be really aware of like what's going on situationally. And I don't really see it. I don't really see it.
It looks like Vigilante isn't really putting himself in the positions to hear, you know?
Yeah.
And to like sense out where Captain is and what he's doing.
Good news for Captain good news for Vigilante is Captain is not converting as quickly as Vigilante spawns are allowing Captain to.
Yeah,
like, he has a lot of opportunity.
Just getting like a lot more damage than he probably should be.
Deja vu? Ooh.
Oh my god. That was a really solid, like, that rocket placement was good.
Yeah.
Bit ambitious from Vigilante to think. I mean, what's he achieving with that fight?
He really, really wants to put damage into El Capitan, and if this was TDM, I would give him a golden, gold star and that a boy. But
Yeah,
there's no one to finish up the
if you're
kill.
fighting over red, and if you're fighting over red with like chasing a frag, you're never gonna get with no chance of actually getting the red either. Like, like what's he actually doing? He needs to probably not go for this yellow because he could easily... I'm surprised actually that Captain wasn't there to deny that, but he doesn't even need to be because he just catches Vigilante coming off of it. Captain should have time to get the frag here, and yeah. But again, just these last second rails from Vigilante are really keeping Captain down.
I suppose. The more like at the beginning of the game, I was giving him the credit of, okay, you want to play toxicity the way that many people approach the map, and that is, I'm down frags, I lost the first few frags, and now I just need to continuously bombard my opponent with good attacks, and eventually, it might take 6-7 frags, but I'll get my frag, and I'll get my chance again. But I kind of feel like that isn't ever going to happen, because the attacks aren't concentrated enough.
And it doesn't feel like he's attacking to get frags, it feels like he's just trying to win damage.
Yeah, focused enough is what I meant, not concentrated. Exactly. Yeah, you said it much better. You said it much better. He has got himself a frag and... oh, there it goes.
And yeah, he just can't...
I feel like maybe if instead of going more than 6 kills in this kind of mentality, maybe you go 5-6 kills with the mentality of I'm gonna keep doing damage and it'll be my turn eventually. But after you reach that point, I think what you do in Vigilante's situation is you switch it up and you just start taking risks, but not direct risks, like trap risks, you know, like where you're gonna set yourself up in a position where if he shows up here, you get a ton of damage into him and take away his entire stack just because of positioning, like double backing, whatever. There's a lot of ways to do it, but he didn't do that. He just kept kind of plus forwarding him.
Well, and the other thing, like, I find, you know, when you're trying to do that kind of, I'm gonna rush my opponent down until they die or until I spawn and get control, you really need to be aware of the items. You know, you need to be so aware of what's coming up, what your opponent can back onto, like what they're gonna have when you respawn, and that's kind of what Vigilante wasn't doing either.
I think that's kind of like when I talk about building into a trap. I mean, that's how you do it. You know, you can't just blindly create a winning situation for yourself. I mean,
well, some players can.
Versus some players, I don't think you can do it against. I don't think you can do it in this particular game right now. In this particular cup, when Capitan has gotten this far, like he basically, if he wins this, he will go on to lower bracket final. He's guaranteed $10. I mean, it's only $10. You know, second place gets 40, first place gets 100. But what? Sorry, what?
You can buy a Big Mac.
You buy a Big Mac? I don't even know how much Big Macs are. I've not bought a Big Mac in a long time, luckily. He can buy like 4 junior bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's, because those are way better. Actually, you can buy like 3 of those, because those are way more expensive. Anyways.
Yeah, well, we're into garbage time now. 15 frags. Yeah, no, it can't be done. Oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no.
So we saw Czar and Rafa earlier, and we've seen enough of Capitan now. I keep wanting to say Captain, but it's not Captain, so forgive me for stuttering all over his name. That name isn't Captain, and it's Capitan, but there's no accents on there, and Phylum, it's just killing me. I just want to let you know that name is driving me crazy to say. But it's better than Ron Bronson and John Thompson, so I think we're still winning. That being said, you've watched these guys play enough. I know you don't really know the players themselves that much, but you know who Rafa is. You've seen Czar, you've seen Capitan. Who do you think would give Rafa the best matchup today?
Probably Czar.
Yeah. It's a fair state.
I mean, I've seen him play as Ron Bronson Rafa a few times, and like there have been some close games in there. He just, seems to be the more solid player. He does make some questionable decisions, but, you know, so does Captain.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean,
I agree. I think that Czar's probably going to be the better matchup here. 21-7.
Yeah, and it also, just from what I've seen, blinking. What's it freaking called?
I don't know, guys. What's the map that has the same tile set?
What map am I thinking of?
It's Blood Run and Lost World.
It's more of an orange than a red. It's oldish.
Freaking useless. Gonna be off on Czar.
Anyway,
who is the man who actually was waiting to play this lower bracket game. He did lose to Rafa, who's currently waiting there. This is a lower bracket game, but it is a best of 3 because this is the finals. This will decide who gets $10 and who gets the chance to play for first. Czar's looking to open it up really nice. Kind of unfortunate that he wasn't quite ready for that spawn. You know, it kind of looked like it surprised him, like, oh, you spawned right in front of me, but he's still 1-0. Yeah, I think he's gonna. Oh, actually, I don't think he's gonna be very happy with that. Yeah. He has nothing, dude.
Yeah, that's.
Like, Captain spawns and he goes through the teleporter. Or no, I'm sorry, he gets pushed away, gets the red, loops back around, gets low yellow, and gets positioned onto Mega. And as soon as Czar loses that low yellow, like, he has nothing to fight for Mega over. So I don't know. Genix saying he puts his money on Czar to win this because you've beaten Namco and Sinister like 3 times. Chad is now confused as to who Rupt and Namco and Feet are. It is all the Captain. Guys, it is all the same person. Really weird rocket exchange from Czar, who has yet to pick up an LG, so he's kind of forced to take these awkward encounters. And he will sync up our items, Phylum.
Yeah, and that's a really weird route for Captain to take. He is just gonna kind of die, because I don't think he really knew what he should have been doing at that time.
Couldn't have said it
But
better
he gets some
myself.
guns.
Just gotta die.
And yeah, right now, he's actually in a pretty good spot to get Mega.
Sinister
Zar's
Mega
gonna
we're
try
talking
and rush
about, though.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's one of these funny things. Like, he could have come in a bit earlier and tried to fight, or a bit later and tried to just dive it, but he kind of ended up half and half, you know?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, this is not a fight that Czar should win, unless he... Does he actually...
Yeah, tactical timeout. We got a problem on the field.
Was a bit weird. I don't know. Captain had a pretty easy time dodging there, though.
I like how he says, "We cool? You cool, man? You cool? I'm cool. I'm cool. Say you're cool. Say you're cool. I'll unpause the game. I'm cool." Kind
Yeah,
of just
Captain just messed up
reminded
his
me of-
item timings, and I guess needed a minute to compose himself.
Oh, needed to know that the stream has the item times coming at the 35th second of the 4th quadruplant. It did get. Oh. You know, I've often actually. I'm gonna have to put that up to a poll for everyone next time, along with many other things. But hold that thought, though. Czar's gonna push and overextend himself greatly with that Mega Health stack. I need to put up a poll, and maybe I should just do it straight up, where I actually put a delay onto the stream.
Yeah, it would be worth doing.
I really think it would. I think it would. Not much, just a couple of minutes. But I really think that when there's money involved, and there's high level, games to be had, that you don't want to give anyone a stupid advantage, like being able to see the timers or whatever. Like,
Yeah, by pausing the game.
yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? I'm not accusing either of these players in particular,
No.
but it's something that I've thought about for a while. That being said, it is tied up. Czar is currently facing a 150. Ooh, 200 opponent, and he eats a lot of early damage, but it's pretty weak LG.
And yeah, and then Captain dives in after not hitting much LG for the exit rocket.
These two are bad at Sinister. They weren't kidding.
Yeah. No, I really
They-
don't have...
No, feel free. You don't see. I have to deal with them on a regular basis after this.
Oh
You
yeah, I can
talk
say,
as
I
much
can talk
shit
as much
you
shit as I
want.
like.
Yeah, you don't have to ever play with these guys anymore. They're just gonna be like that. Yeah, Australian.
That Australian asshole.
Ugh.
I like Captain here.
Nice.
And there's a frag. I don't know, again, like, what Czar hoped to achieve with that fight? Like, other than just making himself really easy to hit, and nice OG there from Captain around that corner.
Should be able to cut him off at LG should Czar decide to go down here.
Czar, I think, looks like he's going to be going for the upper yellow instead. Or not.
Actually,
I mean, it's
switch
still
over and
up.
figure out where he is. He's at the low yellow that just got taken. He's currently limping
Well-
his way through Mega to shards.
Yeah, if nothing else, he's confused Captain. That's enough delay between Red and Mega though, Captain. You should probably take that now and carry on down to that Mega. Oh no. Oh no.
Great rockets by Czar.
Yeah, but he's gonna die. And that's what should happen there. It was a bit of a weird catch, but like, up the jump pad, down the jump pad, I don't even know.
For a player that's generally known, actually I guess kind of both these guys, to like Blood Run, and to an extent DM13, it's a bit weird that they're playing this map with such aggression and such speed. Like,
well, it's a bit weird that they don't know it, because you would think, like, you know, people that like Blood Run usually really like this map.
I'm telling you, man, North Americans, like, you give us whatever, like, that we like, right? You give us McDonald's, and you say, okay, here's your McDonald's, and this is what you're gonna eat now. We're like, oh, okay, well, hey, McDonald's now. You give us Comedy Central, and you're like, hey, Key and Peele, and you're like, nice, it's Key and Peele. My favorite show, because it's like all I watch, right? You give us you give Americans Blood Run and Aerowalk, and they're like, I'm fine, it's cool, like I don't need anything else, and I don't understand it, but it's true. Americans are very, very resistant to learning new maps.
Oh my
what
God.
An encounter!
Oh my god. What the hell?
Bounced around
guys
with
doing?
like triple air-to-air direct rockets. The Mega Health is just sitting there like he's just Mega Health is just trembling like, oh my god, what is going on above me? That was insane.
Mega should be able to despawn if
Wait.
both players are doing that, you know? Like, it's just like, screw you guys.
It just,
play your own
it just
game. I
runs
don't want
away.
part
It's
of
like,
this.
I don't even want anything to do with this. This is too much.
It's a good drop from Captain. Czar
Wow.
had to change weapon.
Wow.
And yeah, Captain, here's Czar there actually, thankfully, doesn't go all the way around to pressure up a YA, and that's a really nice rail angle.
Impressive.
I'm actually glad I zoomed in on that one. That was very, very precise. He'll get himself a 6 kill. I think that's definitely my frag of the cup so far. I had a different one from the...
Whoa, it's just so bizarre.
What is... Okay. Yeah, there was a game in 125 FPS, European League, between Deliberate Murder's Ash and Funny Bee. If you guys know who Funny Bee is, he's a Swedish player, used to stream a lot. And they played the most aggressive game on Sinister. I'm pretty sure it was like somebody broke 20 frags and the other guy was above 15 at the end of it, and it was very, very fast paced. And this, while it's not quite as high scoring, it's almost as goofy. Like some of these choices where they're just like, yeah, it's cool. I'm just gonna use all my stack and I'm going for this kill here. And Captain's coming out on top of it so far, but he's so low again off of this. And that red, not for another 8 seconds, so Czar is actually going to have a way into this. Wonder where he goes after this, though. Oh no!
Oh no.
What a read on the
Oh,
timing!
no.
What a baller read on the red timing. I never would have challenged for that myself. I mean,
Well, yeah, it was just so precise.
oh, the rockets again
Czar.
from Capitan.
Yeah.
El Capitan is delivering. Okay, so Sinister, January 31st at 19:55 in the evening, 2016. Tagging the crap out of that demo right now. That was unbelievably awesome. That Mega Health encounter, bro. I always talk about how
Alright,
crazy
so
that is, but
We're
never.
We're going now from a map that those guys didn't know very well to a map that everyone knows really well, Blood Run.
Except Flare and Phylum.
And of course, a thank you to chat last game for figuring out that I meant Battleforged.
Yes.
That is the map I meant, which Flare no doubt hates.
Actually,
and
I love it.
Now, yeah, I quite like it too. Let's go with Captain.
We're
I
so
think
inconsistent. Well, you're gonna find Czar off the... Oh, weird start. What do you make of this, man?
It was weird.
Yeah, concur.
Like,
well met. Well said.
yeah. It's probably, wow, yeah.
First flag.
Captain needs to be careful here. He wasn't quite close enough to get into a position I'd be comfortable with there. Like, Czar had time to get rockets and start spamming away. But, you know, a nice bit of dodging, and you're fine.
Something interesting that I will share now. Definitely don't want to share it before all these games happen, but now that we've kind of reached this this leg of the tournament, if you will, the player who's currently down a map actually did not expect to be getting this far. And I mean, it kind of strikes me as interesting, since saying as how he did get seeded number 2, but it's worth pointing out, like, he maybe just does not have the the drive to take this any further, you know? Like, he did just already lose against Rafa. Maybe he feels like, well, whatever. I don't care
But yeah,
anymore.
even if he gets to Rafa, we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't
as
be
long as-
opposed to seeing somebody else get a chance at him, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true.
And Capitan. Namco, could you just pick a name, dude? Like, I don't care what it is. I'll stop saying your aliases. Just pick one name. Just one name. Capitan is doing a great job against Czar right now.
He's playing ZTN.
Yeah. I think he's playing ZTN with not only a bit more confidence in his opponent, but his opponent's kind of tilted right now.
Impressive.
Yeah, it feels a lot like that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little too happy with the rails there. A lot of overextensions with the rails.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we saw that last game too. Oh no. Wow, that was a really bad catch. Like, Captain was there with the lightning gun out, he just didn't... Like, it felt like half of the time Czar was in the air, he was just, like, nothing was connecting. And I mean, with these pinks, like, you would just expect Czar to get completely smashed in the air with OG there.
Chat asking, isn't the tournament over? These guys are playing just now. Lower bracket final, map number 2. Capitan up 1-0.
That's a really cheeky rocket.
It was great. Even better if it knocked him all the way to the floor, but
Yeah, you take what you get.
absolutely. Especially now that Czar has tied it up, and nice rail timing on that.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've seen Captain really push the wire on the timing, you know, like really down to the nanosecond.
Yeah, that red push where he pushed him with no health on Sinister just a map ago. But he is down to the ropes. He has 225s behind him, but this is a bad situation, man. Ooh, Czar whiffs the rail though. And Captain's gonna get 50 points of armor for himself, and where is he gonna go? Like, I just switch over to him. He's actually just gonna sit at low teleporter now, and that was the wrong move to try to steal Mega, or was it? It'll be a mutual because of, again, the, like you say, was it nanosecond item time?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well,
phenomenal
that
stuff.
didn't even come down to, like, he knew when it was, but it was just one of those situations where he said, hey, I'm gonna take Mega, and then he did.
And Czar's like, what? They do end up both dying for it, but I think in that situation, after waiting around, being that uncertain, how can you ask for more? You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and exactly. It felt like Czar should have gotten there a tiny bit earlier. And not had to just kind of rush down into Captain quite like that. Again, knocking Czar off of the upper platform. Oh, nice rockets. He's gonna look for spawn damage onto Czar before he goes up to this red and actually favor taking Mega and just focus on dealing damage because it's easy to do. Czar doesn't take much. But now Captain should be able to get both yellows. He has plenty of time. He's actually going to come around and maybe look for damage or just not push into that room in general, hold on to his stack, hold on to his Mega, and hold position at red. I think he definitely had time to push into that yellow though. Needs to be a little bit careful here, but yeah, I mean, hitting that first rail exchange, like getting the favourable rail, means that Czar is going to struggle, and the trap on the 50. And now Captain can take
Impressive.
everything. Czar actually putting a lot of pressure on here, and I mean, when those rails were connecting, he kind of made something out of nothing. I don't want to say, like, I mean, the important thing was Czar hitting those rails and just going for them, and wow. That rocket angle from Captain was good. I think it was a fairly good read of Czar. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, oh no, it was this game's moving fast. But it's gonna be Captain extending his lead. Czar drops down for the railgun. Yeah, it feels like... Yeah. Yeah, he's still playing. Both the yellows are coming up. Captain's just gonna play for this one, and wow, and see, look at that, like, Czar just takes full advantage of the fact that Captain's waiting around for a yellow to fly in and hit this railgun damage. And now, coming for this... Oh well, yeah, he really wasn't quite stacked for that, was he?
Yikes.
Wow, pushing in here with just the railgun's dangerous against the plasma. But I guess Czar just is feeling the pressure. He just wants... he's hungry now.
I think he's exhausted.
Yeah, and,
I think he's exhausted. I don't know if he's hungry anymore. So, Czar will take third place. He will earn himself $10 as well as a substantial amount of points towards the playoffs that are happening at an unknown date at an unknown time with an unknown point value. But will be happening. For now, we're gonna go ahead and we'll finally move into our grand finals. And I honestly, I kind of feel like it's right on time.
Do I get money? Captain already had money.
We'll let him figure that one out for himself. He gets money. Yes, you get money. Don't go pulling an American agent now and just forfeiting out of this final. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I might have another drink.
Yeah, feel free. Guys,
refresh myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Phylum, we'll be here. Guys on stream, I did type it out earlier, and I do want to make sure that anyone who does end up leaving right now for some reason, it's well, as Czar is saying exactly how much everyone's going to win. Raph will get 100, you will get 40, and Czar will get 10. Anyways, okay, so. Do want to make sure I thank all the Euros who stayed up to watch it, and the ENA viewers and whatnot. I didn't really expect 34 people to sign up for this event, and I definitely didn't expect as many donations as we got for this event. I mean, like I said before, we've already pretty much got the next cup already paid for. So I've already talked to the donators there, and I will take part of it. And we'll put it towards the next event, but we'll probably just put it towards the playoffs right away. We'll get working right on that prize pool as soon as possible. So thank you so much for tuning in and all of that, staying up late. We have one more match, and hopefully going to be the best match for El Capitan. Certainly did play his ass off today. A lot of people bet against him in this last game against with Czar. I don't think many people expected him to win. But he looked like he wanted it a bit more, to be honest. Really did. We'll see how bad he wants the grand finals, though. And definitely do want to stress again, if you guys have any interest in helping out with the adminning of the Duel Cup chat in IRC, please let me know. It's not a huge like undertaking or anything, but I do need some help there early on in the tournament. There's just too many messages, basically. Like there's too much for me to pay attention to. Either that, or if your name is, hell, if your name's like Rafa, or Too Good, or you know how to make Joe Miller and Too Good come cast the North American Duel Cup, by all means, do that, and I will, and then I'll admin the whole cup. They can cast the whole damn thing at that point if you have that power. But either way, help in either department would be appreciated. Phylum helps me out a lot just by being here and having a voice, so I can kind of zone out and deal with weird issues. But we still need some more help, especially. Hello, Phylum. We still need some more help if we're gonna do bi-weekly cups. Like, it's just not. I think mentally, I don't know if I can handle it. Ins for caster, I'm totally down for that. Is Joe alive? Yeah, he's casting League of Legends and CS:GO and stuff.
Just like whatever shit these days.
And
He's
you
turned
know
to
what?
the dark side.
And I will say this: anyone can hate on him, and I'm not talking about Too Good. Too Good has his own quirks and deals and whatnot. But Joe Miller, in my opinion, is just as awesome as DDK. He is a top-notch broadcaster. Like, he just is a broadcaster.
Yeah, he's a quality guy. Like,
Yep.
he just does it well.
Absolutely. So our
and
maps,
also,
real
like,
quick.
over so many years,
Did they pick?
Impressive. Vote
Oh, he picked Sinister. Okay.
Why didn't we just vote Cure?
Because we're gonna go to Cure first. Rafa's gonna pick Sinister.
Oh. Okay, yep, sorry.
Rafa will be right back.
Alright, predicted score? Or do we not want to play that game?
I haven't taken a break the entire cup, so I'm gonna go take
That's
2
fine.
minutes
So,
real quick.
yeah, I will also take 2 minutes then.
Alright.